I still remember the first time I played Forza Horizon 2. It was a feeling up until now I cannot simply express with words. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you pretty much know that I'm a big sucker for open world games, and Horizon 2 for me was one of the greatest open world racing games I have ever played. With Forza Horizon 2, the locations are not mere background scenery, but integral parts of the gameplay experience. The Riviera French Alps countryside and Italian coast offer a diverse range of landscapes and sensations, seamlessly blending thrilling races and awe-inspiring environments. As we begin our journey, the first thing that strikes us is the fresh and invigorating scent of grapes. I don't know how you're going to be able to smoke grapes through a screen, but yeah. Acres and acres of neatly aligned vineyards create a stunning canopy reminding us of the sheer beauty and tranquility of nature. The colors of the fields are an absolute feast for the eyes, vivid greens blending seamlessly with soft yellows and browns, giving us the perfect backdrop for our scenic drive. You find yourself embraced by the warm Mediterranean sun, the crystal clear waters glistening invitingly as you cruise along the pristine coastlines of southern Europe. The attention to detail in recreating this picturesque region is nothing short of breathtaking. From the charming coastal towns to the lush vineyards, every pixel of the virtual paradise has been meticulously designed to immerse you in its beauty. I don't know if you can...
Your thoughts begin to wash away in a cloud of wind and dust. 5. Colored lights flurry in the distance.
Atmosphere. I once went to a music festival and I had a pretty amazing encounter with this random guy. Some random bloke taps me on the shoulder and yells, "Dude, I just saw some tits in there," high-fives me and runs off into the crowd. Yeah, that actually happened. Forza Horizon 2 for me was a perfect mixture of music festival and machines, without the tits and drugs. Picture yourself surrounded by sun-soaked Mediterranean coastlines, lush vineyards as far as the eye can see, and tight city streets. Forza Horizon 2 transports you to a festival atmosphere like no other, filled with the excitement and unyielding sense of adventure. From the moment you sleep into the driver's seat, you'll be captivated by the stunning open world environment that awaits you. The game changes the moment it goes dark, or one could say the moment the sun goes down. Fireworks are everywhere, especially near the Horizon HUD. The heart of the festival lies in the Horizon Hub, a bustling central location that serves as your headquarters throughout the game. Here you find everything from car customization options to race events. The festival feels like it's always there. The map and courses are always fun to drive, and the music selection is by far still the best on the series. Taking a supercar down along the coast is a beautiful experience that I don't think will be ever topped.
Hey, you survived! So what do you think? Perfect mixture of music and machines, right? This was a long time in the making, but it's totally worth it. Tomorrow morning you're going to get fresh cars, and then we're off on our first road trip. But tonight, welcome to Horizon.
Okay people, we got to the boring part. I hate reading scripts. I hate reading the script. Oh my god, it's a lot of words. Okay, let's do this. Gameplay and fun factor. More like pain play and pain reading factor. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. The championship events take you around the environment. You start a road trip which takes you to one of the game's hub. Then you participate in 4 race events. Then you road trip over to the next hub and do it all over again. Before entering a series, the game gives you a chance to change cars, which determines which sorts of races you'll enter. the game equalizes your competition against your vehicle, so in addition to a series only allowing hot hatches or hypercars, they'll also be upgraded to a similar level. This makes sense since it keeps the races close, but it also sort of makes upgrading your car feel a little meaningless, since everything else just upgrades or downgrades alongside you. Racing through and winning championships is the primary bit of progression for single player portion of the game, as it brings you closer and closer to the Horizon final. What I love about all this is that while a championship is set in terms of the type of races, scramble on, off-road and autocross, the choice of vehicle isn't. It's up to you as the player to decide which vehicle you want to race, and the game creates a competitive field of cars to match it. Maybe you in the mood for canning or hot hat, perhaps you might want to race extreme off-roaders or JDM machines. Whatever it is you want to race, that's what you race. You can win the entire game with just one car if you want. It's fantastic because you don't ever have to drive a vehicle you don't want to, at least not when it comes to the driving events. The only time you are forced to drive a specific car is if you participate in either a bucket list or special event. The former is a single race where you need to drive an exotic car and attempt to hit a specific goal, such as a certain speed on a specific road. The latter is a straight-up race not against other cars, but planes and a train, or a top fun, but the train race was an outstanding event for me. It's very well choreographed, and even if you run a perfect race, you still have times when you're racing alongside the train and it feels neck and neck. Truly awesome stuff, and I wish the bird behind me would stop making stupid. It's annoying. It's like a woodpecker. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it, but these birds, these stupid birds, are getting annoying. Sorry, back to the script. I had a great time playing through the initial activities and races, but once again I walked away with some worries. This time it was about, well, I just have to go straight to the point, and thus the douchiness of the in-time presenter. What's his name? Tyler Morgan? Is that it? I forgot. I played the first hour of the game and he was a constant presence who came across as excruciatingly patronizing, so much so that I expected that anytime soon he was going to pull his index fingers out of his pocket and shoot imaginary pistols at the assembled crowd while shouting, "Hey!" and then blowing the imaginary smoke off the end of them. That was very weird. From a pure fun standpoint, I haven't enjoyed the racing in a game this much since the Burnout Paradise and the original Grid. The feeling of speed is phenomenal, especially when you're driving on the highway, but the varying control of different vehicles on multiple surfaces adds the requisite depth of the driving experience. The rumble controllers in the Xbox One controller have never been more appreciated than in Forza Horizon 2. You can feel the vibrations when accelerating, braking, and crashing. It feels spot on with the action on the screen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's why I drive like an utter ass in most racing games, cutting corners and driving through sand traps and chicanes so I can gain an advantage, while the rest of the AI racers have to play it straight and follow the rules. Forza Horizon 2 simply embraces the cheating bastard ethic and expects that if there are corners to be cut and fuse to be driven across to shave seconds off your race time, you're going to do it. So screw it, let's just make that part of the game. And that's what you do while you're racing. You're constantly looking for ways to, in what you call these commas in the air, cheat, but you're not really cheating. You're playing the game as it's supposed to be played. And if you don't, you're going to be the sucker playing it straight, while the AI loves a stage your ass off as it drives through a fence and across several vineyards so it can take a whopper cheating lucking shortcut. That's not to say the game is a festival of cheating. Most races have strictly gated checkpoints that corral the racers reasonably well and minimize super cheese driving. But even so, between those checkpoints, there are often liberties to be taken, but finding them is really fun aspect of the game. What it all adds up to is extremely fun and creative racing, whose openness varies from race to race. Sometimes a race on the road with little room for shortcuts, while at other times there are huge gaps between checkpoints, and you encouraged to find your own routes. Indeed, one of the very few criticisms I have of the game is that it would be nice to be able to more clearly see the checkpoint beyond the next upcoming one, so that you can plan your racing line or cross-country shortcut a little more ahead of time. However, it's a minor criticism that's more of a nice to have than a must have. However, it's a minor criticism that's more of a nice to have than a must have. After all these years, Forza Horizon 2, I swear that's actually a tongue twister. After all these years, Forza Horizon 2 still manages to deliver an unrivaled level of realism that will make you question if you're watching real cars or playing a video game. The developers painstakingly recreated every iconic automotive model, from the sleek curve of the Ferrari to the raw power of the Bugatti Veyron. Each vehicle is flawlessly replicated right down to the smallest bolt and tire tread pattern. Lighting is spectacular, and it takes almost everything into consideration. In the world the game creates, rainbows, puddles of water, buildings, trees, and the shade they provide are all factors in the virtual mosaic. Awesome is also a word I'm happy to use to describe the game's appearance. Lighting and atmospheric effects play a huge part in making Forza Horizon 2 look rich and sumptuous, while there are some rare conditions of overly stock sunshine that make the cars look a little too crisp and hyper-real. Most of the time the game looks dead on real, especially when it's raining. It's not often that I sit and stare at a game and wonder, but I've done that on more than a few occasions here. The way the rain sits and puddles on the road, the realistic reflections, and the light mist that softens the environment makes the game look as raw as any racer I've seen. It's really quite jaw-dropping. As you accelerate through Forza Horizon 2, the roar of the engine becomes music to your ears. The games accurately capture the distinct sounds of each meticulously modeled car, from the throaty growl of a muscle car to the high-pitched whine of a finely tuned sports car. The developer's attention to details extends to the audio experience, immersing you in the heart-pounding intensity of each race and leaving you hungry. Okay, fun finds. No spoilers here because I'm not ruining what I think is one of the coolest parts of the game, and that's touring around the countryside trying to find barns, inside which reside some of the tastiest, lost-worthy four-wheel stunners I've ever had the privilege to drive in the game. My personal favorite being like the Ferrari GTO, that had to be a favorite, and the wheelies cheap, but like, yeah, that I'm done. I'm actually done. Like, writing scripts is not a fun thing. It's actually hard. It's painfully hard writing a script for a video, but I actually enjoyed replaying Forza Horizon 2. I'd say it was a great experience. It brought back so many good memories, you know. I grew up playing, it's like, for me, Forza Horizon was the game I grew up playing, and every time I play it, it was weird playing it at home because I used to go to like an arcade. Now, if you didn't know, I'm actually like, where I'm from, it's very expensive getting a gaming console. So we usually have these gaming arcades where you pay like $1 to play for an hour. 50 cents should be 30 minutes. So that's basically what we did. You go there, pay your $1, have the best hour of your life, and then go back home. Truly an amazing experience. But yeah, first time I got played at home, it was nice. I almost cried. never thought in a million years I would have enough money to like actually buy the game and play it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. More work is to come. I just realized I've been uploading a lot of racing game videos, so next video is going to be a game that's not stupid about racing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace out. I'm out. Bye.